Are you like me and you're staring at your countertops and you're thinking these things have seen better days and they gotta go? Or maybe you're shopping at Home Depot and you're pricing out quartz or granite and you just don't know really which one you should go with. Or perhaps you're just starting the process and you're too overwhelmed with the options. Should you be going with the trends? If you're selling your house, what's going to give you the best return on your investment? If you fall into any of those categories, you have come to the right place. I'm going to encourage everyone watching this video to wait till the end because I'm going to take you on a high-end designer showroom tour where I'm actually showing you the different slabs. And you got to watch because I literally tripped a couple times and they almost fell on me. But I'm also going to show you my favorite slab that I'm saving my money for that I want to replace this with. And I'll tell you about my countertops in just a minute. I also went on a Home Depot tour. I was blown away actually with some of the selections that Home Depot does offer. So stay till the end and let's get into it. Let's talk about the most popular countertop out there. And that is, you guessed it, Quartz Countertops. Now, am I in love with Quartz Countertops? Do we love Quartz Countertops? You know, I'm on the fence. I like the product. It's an affordable product. You don't have to seal it. It installs very easily for the most part. There's a lot of options. But what I don't love about it, and this is what I have in my house, by the way, is that it chipped, okay? I have chips on this side because my son slammed down some pots and chipped the countertop. I don't love that. Okay, now, yes, my son shouldn't be doing that, but a lot of us live with families that we don't have control of, or rugrats come in and start slamming some things around. Every time I take my sponge, the sponge, gets jammed against the chip marks, and that's why I want to replace this. Now, I did install this with the intention of resale. So as you know, I moved quite a bit. I've been here for 9 years. I picked a very neutral countertop. There's very small gray veining in here, and it will always be in style. So if you are investing in countertops, I would say neutral is better. Now, I'm not going to lie. I love really dramatic countertops. I think they're beautiful. And if this was my long-term forever home, I might do something different. But for those of you who are investing in the long term and just don't want to mess with the trends, would highly suggest that you stick to something very neutral and timeless. I do want to point out my backsplash before we go on, because a lot of you are probably like, that's horrible. Why are we going to listen to her? She can't even pick out the right backsplash. I hate this. Okay, this was installed 9 years ago. I spent a fortune on it. And the reason why I don't like it is because it's busy and it's already dating itself. This was right when that farmhouse era was coming out and I thought it was really cool and I really liked it, but now I don't. So it's a very expensive replacement. So when you are investing in your countertops or even your backsplash, I'm highly going to suggest that you try to make it as neutral as possible. Now, I don't take my own advice because I really like color and I like a lot of movement because I just like to do that. But for those of you watching this channel and you don't want to constantly be replacing all of your countertops and your backsplashes and your bathrooms, you can't go wrong with boring. Okay, I hate to break the news to you, but that quartz countertop with the big gray veining, and then you took the countertop off the side and you create a little waterfall. Yeah, guys, that's trending out. I know, I hate to tell you, but it's true. And I remember when I first saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I have to have it. Now I walk into homes that have that. I'm like, yeah, that's old. Yeah, it's definitely dating itself. That's back in the farmhouse era. So you have to be really careful when you're following trends because eventually it will date your home. Let's look back at the Tuscan era, right? Anytime you walk into a Tuscan house, you're like, oh, wow, this is dated. Okay, a lot of you who invested into that style spent a lot of money in that style. And now anybody looking at that style is like, yeah, we got to tear it all out. So I'm always going to suggest that you invest in a timeless, neutral design that will last for decades. Quartz is a man-made product. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a lighter product. It's easier to get a hold of. It's readily available. But when in doubt, I always like to look to nature. So I'm going to recommend doing something that's a natural stone. If you can afford quartz, then I would suggest you might even look at granite. I do love granite. And this is the reason why I love granite. First of all, it's very durable. It can withstand quite a bit of heat. It doesn't chip. I mean, it's indestructible for the most part. Now, with that said, granite is a very heavy product. It's a natural stone. So you have to have cabinets that are durable to hold it. Okay, that's something a lot of people don't know. You may need to seal your granite countertops. Admittedly, I never did. I never had to. Now, the downside to granite countertops is it can have a lot of movement. It can come across too busy. So if you are considering purchasing granite, I'm going to suggest you do something that doesn't have a lot of movement because you don't want to make the same mistake that I did with my backsplash where it's just too much. It's too busy and you don't want to wake up one morning like I did and said, oh my gosh, I can't stand it. Neutral, boring is your friend. The product that's trending heavily right now is quartzite. Quartzite, quartzite, quartzite. You can't go wrong with quartzite. It is an absolutely gorgeous material. The one that's really popular right now is Taj Mahal. I'll put a picture right here of what it looks like. It's stunning. But here's the deal, folks. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing Taj Mahal. Even Home Depot has Taj Mahal quartzite. But to be fair, it's very neutral. I think it's going to be timeless in the long run. What I love about quartzite is that it's unique. It has very interesting veining. It's a very hard material. The only downside to it is because it's so strong that installation could be a little more expensive because there's a lot more work that goes into installing quartzite than, let's say, a quartz or even a granite for that matter. If you're considering quartzite, you're probably looking at marble as well. I love both products. Quartzite's a little bit harder than marble as far as strength and durability. Both need to be sealed and both need to be maintained. So let's talk about marble. In love with marble. And honestly, I'm kind of conflicted. Should I do quartzite or marble? But here's the deal with marble. It is timeless. It was popular back in the Roman days. That Carrara marble is stunning. It's expensive. It's fussy. It's porous. You have to maintain it. It scratches easy. But here's something interesting about marble, a lot of you may not know, is it stays cool. So those of you who are, dealing with pastries or bakery items, the countertops are always cool. I love it. A lot of people that have it are like, absolutely not. I don't want to put it in my bathrooms. I don't want to put it in the kitchen at patinas. It's way too much work. But folks, it is absolutely elegant. I actually like it when it patinas. The only downside to marble, other than the things I just talked about, it is extremely expensive. But it's so pretty. All right, quick intermission. Y'all know what's going to happen next. Please smash the like button and subscribe to my channel because I have lofty goals. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, I have something new for you. This Friday, I'm going to do my first YouTube live video. So if you have questions that you want me to answer, please comment down below, or you can leave me an email right here at this email address and I will answer it on my YouTube live. So this Friday, 1 p.m., please join me. That'll be fun. All right, let's get back into it. Let's talk about the sleeper, and that is soapstone. Soapstone, I love it. In fact, it's one of my favorite materials. I have a lot of favorite materials, but it is a natural stone. It's dark green, it's kind of black hues. There is some veining in it, but it's not wild. There's not a large selection with soapstone. It is a softer material. It's very smooth to the touch. It's beautiful. I just love it. It will patina over time. Now, the downside to soapstone is sometimes it can darken differently or patina a little bit darker in some areas more than others. But just imagine you go to sell your home and you're like, yes, I have soapstone countertops. And your buyer is going to be like, wow, that sounds exotic. Really? Must be expensive. It looks expensive because you go look at it and you feel it. It feels very luxurious. So do consider soapstone as an option. It is non-porous naturally. It's a hardy material, although it is a little bit softer than some of the other products that we've already discussed today. But it does have a stunning appearance. It's just... oh, love it. Now, if you are considering soapstone, please watch to the end of the video because when I'm doing that high designer slab yard tour, I am pointing out some soapstone products that I really love. I don't know, maybe I'm going to do soapstone. Soapstone, marble, and quartzite, top 3 right now. Now, a lot of you watching right now are probably thinking, oh my gosh, this is all so expensive. It's out of my budget. So let's talk about the affordable option, man-made materials. So let's talk about the Corian, the laminates, the Caesarstones, and all the other ones, okay? I'm not against it, but you don't put those products in a super high-end home. So if you are investing in your home and you're like, yeah, I got kind of a mid to lower affordable home, you're probably going to look to more affordable items. Now, the mistake that I see some of you making is you watch a video like the one I just did and you're like, oh, marble's in, or, this new veining and this product is really trending. So then you go buy the fake version of Corian or Caesarstone to make it look like the real thing. Don't do that. We all know it's not the real thing and it looks hokey. Okay, just trust me on it. If you're going to buy Caesarstone or Corian or laminate, it should be all one color, just one color, all white, all cream, all black, whatever it may be. But don't make a lot of movements. Just really simple, tight lines. It will look a lot more classy. And if you are going to invest in these materials, I highly suggest that you buy a high quality, the top quality of that product, because installation is still expensive. And if you buy a low quality countertop, you will eventually have to replace it. And then you got to go buy new stuff and you got to pay for the installer to do it again. So spend a little extra money in buying the higher quality Corian, Caesarstone, laminate. And by the way, those are all great options. When I'm walking through Home Depot in the tour at the end of this video, I was really blown away with the quality and options of some of those materials. Let's talk butcher block. Now, I love the look. I think it's beautiful. And when I get to sell a home that has that material in their kitchen, I know my photos are going to turn out stunning because butcher block adds a little depth, adds a little character, a little texture, and it's gorgeous. However, it's impractical, okay? It stains easy. It scratches easy. It's a very porous product. So when I go to sell the property and you get up close, a lot of the buyers are like, I'm not going to buy that. It's gross. There's bacteria in there and I don't want those stains. That's gross. I don't want to live on somebody else's mess. So just remember, when you are investing in this product, it's going to be gorgeous, and I know you're probably going to love it, but in a few months, you're going to start seeing what I'm talking about. So just be mindful of that, and if you don't use your kitchen, then you'll be fine. But I have rugrats, and I have people I live with, and it just would not be an option for me. But it is gorgeous. It is truly gorgeous. Concrete countertops. I'm not a big fan, okay? I know, a lot of you disagree with me on this. I think it's a very modern, cool look. But at the end of the day, it's concrete. And last I checked, we use concrete for our sidewalks. I'm sorry, I lived on concrete countertops and I thought it was edgy. I thought it was cool. It was kind of modern. And then about 2 years in, I get a hairline crack. It is a heavy product. Some of you are really crafty. Some of you just love it. It is a porous product. You're going to have to seal it. But at the end of the day, it's a concrete countertop. And y'all know what my guidance is. If you can afford a natural product, do that. Concrete countertop. You know, what are you going to do next? Asphalt countertops? I'm getting tired. Okay, I'm just saying, not a fan. So let's talk about something I almost forgot. That's porcelain countertops. It's kind of the rage right now. So quartz used to be the old rage, and now we got porcelain. And they're doing some incredible enhancements with the porcelain material. I mean, I honestly got fooled by a couple of them. They're really that good. They're hardy, they're man-made, it's readily available, and it's affordable. Okay, I know a lot of you are like, your eyes are glazing over, so bear with me because this is a really important part of the whole video, and that's the finish of your countertops. So I'm going to tell you to avoid glossy, high-gloss countertops. I'm not into it. It shows fingerprints, and I just got done telling you that porcelain can trick you to thinking it's the real thing because they use a high-gloss finish for most of the porcelain that's out there. They do offer a honed version, which a honed version is more of a matte. It kind of has a softer feel. But if you are going to invest in the real deal, I'm going to really encourage you to go leathered finish. I love the leathered finish product. A man-made material can't give you that same leathered feel. You know, there's a little bit of pitting in some of that leathered countertop. It's absolutely stunning. So in order, leathered finish, honed finish, and then shiny, high gloss. I'm not a big fan of high gloss. If you already have it in your house, don't stress about it. But it shows fingerprints. It just looks a little bit more cheap-ish. Just my opinion. Let's talk about the profile of your countertops. That's the edging. So this is probably the most popular edge. It's called a square edge. And the reason why it's so popular is because it's so dang easy and expensive to do. So if you're investing in a man-made product, you're probably going to do something like this. If you have a natural product, a high-end product, I would do a fancy profile. Now, I like this profile. I like that profile. And I do like this one too. Something a little different. I just absolutely hate the bullnose. If you have a bullnose, I'm sorry. I just hate it. A lot of you are older and you're like, oh, I don't want to catch my hip. It's just, I'm not in love with that. Okay. But at least you got a bullnose, right? Some of these man-made products, you can't do that. Now, what I like to do is maybe do a fancy profile on the counter here, the center island, and then do a straight edge behind, kind of mix it up a little bit. But if you're going to invest in a really high-end quality countertop, you want to know that it is. So when you go to sell your home, Your buyer's not going to be like, is that porcelain? Because porcelain, you can't do that. And some of these other man-made products, if you can do it, it may weaken the countertop, and you don't want that either. So I don't know. I was watching this video the other day and they're like, oh, that's out. We want to do the simple look. No, you want to do the simple look because it's cheap. I don't know. I think the fancy profile, maybe not overdo it, but definitely the center island. I think it's really gorgeous. Okay, I know you're dying to know what countertop I would choose if money wasn't an option. And I'm telling you right now, Perla Blanca Quartzite. Let me know if you know that product, if you have it in your house. Oh my gosh, I am so in love. I will put a picture up here. It is absolutely stunning. And mark my words, that's going to be the newest trend. It's going to be the newest trend. I don't love trends, but that is a timeless trend and I'm all in for it. Now we're in for the fun part. We're going to go do a tour of a super high-end designer showroom. The name of the company is Trendy Surfaces. Oz is the owner. I will put his contact information right here. And the good news is he's going to give you 5% off if you do order from them. So typically they just work directly with designers. They will take you directly if you are a consumer and you give them the code Audra5. By the way, I get no benefit. This isn't a sponsored video. And what I want you to do when you're looking at this tour, I want you to understand that every single one of these slabs has been hand selected. This is the cream of the crop. I mean, literally, Oz travels all over the world and hand selects these materials. This is for the fancy folk. These are going to be expensive slabs. So when you are purchasing your own slab, you want to see what the rich folk are doing, right? And if you have a really high-end home, I highly suggest that you check out the store. Oz is a delight to work with. Oh my gosh, I know you're going to love the materials. And all the products and all the slabs that we mentioned in this tour will be linked down below. And Oz's contact will be linked down below as well. You're going to love this. So excited for you to watch it. This is so fun. I love going to slab stores. I get so motivated and inspired. Let's go look at a few marble options. Look how beautiful this is. Now, if you're selling your home, I'm going to recommend that you go with something very neutral, not a lot of movement, something really sleek. And you can see how this product would actually lighten up your kitchen or whatever area that you decide to install it. Now, here's a few other selections. Now, this is more of a polished version, so it's a little shinier. There's a lot of movement, but because it's light, it makes a really good statement that isn't too much. Now, this is very busy. Now, I love this. I would put this in my house, but a lot of buyers may not love it as much as you do, but it is beautiful. Let's look at one more. Now, this is another really busy one, but is this not gorgeous? This is also a polished marble, and oh my goodness, I'm in love with this one. This is a polished marble. It's gorgeous. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I love it. There is a lot of movement. Some buyers will either love or hate that. If you are installing in your home, once again, I would probably go with something a little more, we'll just say neutral, not a lot of movement. Now let's look at this Calcutta marble. This is something that you see in a lot of homes. You see it in bathrooms. You see it on kitchen. Whoa! You see this on kitchen countertops. You can't go wrong with this. Now, some of the homeowners that I talk to that have marble hate it because it does stain. You will have to seal it. And it does patina, which I love it when it patinas. I think it tells a story, but a lot of people just don't love it. Can't go wrong with marble. It's classic. It's a beautiful stone. My favorite stone is quartzite. It's probably the most popular product out right now. And Taj Mahal by far is what's trending right now. This is an example of quartzite, Taj Mahal quartzite. Now this is a leathered quartzite, which means it kind of feels like leathered. It's kind of smooth. It doesn't really reflect. If I was putting this in my house, I would probably go leathered. I just think it looks really cool. This is a polished Taj Mahal, so you'll see that it's a little bit shiny. It probably shows some fingerprints, but you can't go wrong. I mean, it's so stunning. Let's look at a few more. This is also quartzite. Now, this is a polished quartzite. This is a leathered quartzite. Can't go wrong with any of these two. Look how neutral the color is. It's not going to offend anyone. Now, let's look at this one. This one's really pretty. For those of you who have those white kitchens and want to add a little texture, you can add something like this. I mean, this is a little wild. For resale value, I don't know if I would go this much movement, but if you are living in your house long term and you want to add a little pizzazz to your kitchen or your, let's say, bathroom countertops, I mean, oh my goodness, I'm in love. You're not going to believe this, but this is granite. I mean, I want this in my house. I want this in my house. Look how gorgeous that is. Even this is granite here. I love both of these slabs. I don't mind darker countertops. I really don't, but I think the key here is you don't go too crazy. Now follow me. This is quartzite. This is a showstopper. This is gorgeous, okay? It's very busy. It's very expensive. Whoa! Oh my God, if this falls on me. Oh my God, can you imagine? Okay, so anyway, I would stay away from this if you're looking to sell your home. Although it's absolutely stunning and it's going to be a showstopper, you want to get your money out of the property. So I would say do something very, very smooth, very basic, something simple. Can't go wrong with simple. Here's what soapstone typically looks like. I love it. It's reasonable, it's affordable, it's a strong product. I mean, it's kind of simple. You know, I love that. Soapstone is a very good option. Let's talk about my most favorite man-made product out there. It's affordable. It's a good option for those of you who are on a budget, and I'm talking about quartz and porcelain. I have quartz in my house. I love it. The only downside to quartz for me is I did chip my countertops and I did put a pot on the counter and it did leave a burn mark. So I don't love that. It doesn't really withhold some of the higher temperatures if you are a chef and put a lot of pots on your countertops. Now, porcelain is a really good option. I sometimes have a hard time telling between porcelain and the real thing, and it does withhold those temperatures. It is an affordable option. It's pretty. Can't go wrong with either one. All right, Terrazzo's having a comeback. It's not my favorite, although it's a good option for some of you. What I don't love about it is it's just very busy. A lot of little stones mixed together. It looks to me like more of an apartment kind of deal. If you're going to put this in your house, you're going to want to do something neutral like this. I would rather you do a Caesarstone or something with just one solid surface, no color or variation. I know a lot of you have this in your house. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. If I had all the money in the world, which y'all know I don't, I would put onyx countertops everywhere. This is beautiful. This is a very specialized product. It's extremely expensive. And what you may not know about it is it's translucent. So here's my phone. Here's my light. You can see. Isn't that so cool? So for those of you who want to put some extra special lighting underneath your cabinets or backsplash or wherever, you can do that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's look at a few more. Come here, look at this one. Woo! I love, love, love this one. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. Now this is more of a neutral onyx. The other one was it was blue. I don't care, I like blue, but if you're selling your home, this is a very expensive product. Not sure I'd invest in it, but oh my God, it's so beautiful. I love it. Travertine is also not a bad countertop choice. It's beautiful. It is a little more porous. A lot of my clients who've had travertine countertops talk about how it stains, but how interesting is this? It's very interesting. I love it. You would just have to make sure you seal it and look after it regularly. I'm at the back of the warehouse at Trendy Surfaces, and this is all the product that has been sold. So let's see what people are buying. Now, this one's sold. This is a marble product. It's very busy. I love it, but I'm not sure I'd put this type of movement in your home. I do love it, though. It's beautiful. Let's see what else. Here is quartzite. Now, this is very neutral. It's actually a polished quartzite. Can't go wrong with this. It's a beautiful product. Now, this is soapstone. You guys know I love soapstone. You can't go wrong with this. We got some porcelain here. What else do we got? We got some quartz. We got a lot of quartz that people are purchasing. Look at this. Here's Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal. I told you Taj Mahal is really trending. Here's another quartzite product, and here's another marble product. So we can see that, everyone's buying what we're talking about in our video. Can't go wrong with any of these products. Yeah, I do want to give a shout out to Home Depot. I was blown away with their options, but I was more blown away with their service. So when you order through Home Depot, you can use their own fabricator/installer. They do guarantee the work. A lot of you have reached out to me saying, oh my gosh, my general contractor didn't show up and I'm trying to get my house on the market, or they cracked the slab and now I paid for it and they're not coming back to replace it. So Home Depot is a really good option, and they do guarantee the lowest price out there. So some of you ought to check that out. It is pretty astonishing what Home Depot can do. I'm here at Home Depot, and I'm not going to lie, I am really impressed with the quality and also the selection, but check this out. They're guaranteeing the lowest price. The lowest price. So let's look what they have. You can see they have a trending now section. What's trending now is granite, I told you. Now, the downside to granite, it can be a little busy. Now, there are some granites that are less busy. I probably would prefer something like this, a little bit lighter. They do have a laminate flooring. They do have Formica flooring. If you can afford it, I'm always going to encourage you to do more of a natural product. But look at this. This is our Taj Mahal. And if they're guaranteeing the lowest price, this isn't a bad idea. And you already have that service built in. But look at some of these other options. I mean, they have quartz, they have quartzite, they have granite, and they also have some laminates here. I mean, this section's pretty amazing. You're going to find something here you like. Let's go on the other side. Now, this is their quartz selection. This is also a man-made material. You can see that it's much lighter than some of the granite selections. This, once again, is quartz. Now, this is a man-made product. Once again, I'm always going to encourage you to go more natural, but this gives you the look, and it's a very solid, affordable option. Here again, this is what's trending. This is all quartz right here. All of these are not a bad option. I'm liking it. Home Depot, who knew? That's it for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and please join me on my live stream and comment down below with any of your questions. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.